selling my soul. Consignment, I'm perfectly fine with misusing my time spent. I'm going blind with a broke heart and spineless. Back with a fine twist, pissed off and fine, lifting off in the sky. Don't really know where I've been going, but I don't think I could slow it down if I could. Well, I probably couldn't find a way out. I'm locked down, my hands tied, my tongue's out, getting numb now. Oh man, I need to calm down. Oh man, I need.
Alright. That was Frail State, local band. And what's up, everybody? Welcome to Nerds Incoming. And this is your one stop shop for all things nerds. All things nerds. I don't think there's like any one thing that really like describes what a nerd is, honestly. Like, I think it's probably just a matter of like showing interest or geeking out on a certain subject or whatever. Like, anybody could, any topic could be nerdy, or you can nerd out on any topic. Um, Whether it's adventure or camping. Like, I don't think that that stereotype around like what a nerdy person is, like, where people think of a guy sitting behind a computer desk coding and playing video games and stuff. I don't think that's what it is. I think that, it's just it's literally anyone who uh pretty much anybody who, you know, geeks out on stuff. It's not necessarily, you know, just a nerdy guy sitting in the basement playing D&D or whatever. But anyways, so tonight I'm going to be talking about a few things. So for one, I'm back. I've said that so many times. I'm not even going to say I'm back. I'm not even going to say that I'm committed to a certain amount of hours of streaming or bringing you a certain amount of content or anything like that. Um, I mean, why? Why? You know, uh, no, no reason for it, because I can't give you a certain, uh, I can't give you a certain, like, you know, time, schedule or anything like that, because my schedule, I don't even know what my schedule is from day to day. I just kind of do whatever I feel like doing for the day, honestly. Whether it's streaming or going hiking or fucking whatever, coding. Like, I do so much stuff, it's hard to, stay focused on one thing, really. Like, and I'm happy with that. Like, it's just me. It's how I like to live. And but one thing's for sure is, like, here lately I have been able to tell myself, I've been able to be proud of myself. Tell myself, like, hey, I'm proud of you. And because I've learned, like, if I'm not happy with myself, I'm not gonna be happy with anything or anybody or whatever. So, like, I had to take off time from streaming and being on the internet and stuff like that. I had to take time away from Discord, severely limit my time with with other people and stuff, and hanging out with everyone, because um, and when I say that, I mean that, I had to quit hanging out with people so much on Discord, real life, and all kinds of stuff, because I had other priorities I had to focus on. And one of the main ones was myself, me. I had to get shit right with myself. I had to figure things out, and I did, and I've been able to, I've got my confidence back, and I've been able to tell myself like, hey, thank you, proud of me, because everything that I do is because of me. It's not because of anybody else. It's not because uh, I don't look for uh, I don't look for recognition from other people. I could care less what other people think of me anymore, and it's so much easier like that. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you're conceited or you think too highly of yourself. Uh, 9 times out of 10, people that tell you that are they don't think very much of themselves. They've got other problems going on, and most of the time they're just projecting their bullshit onto you. And you gotta watch out for that kind of shit. And it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. And I think a lot of people do. A lot of people that do that sort of stuff are doing it subconsciously. But uh, I feel like whenever people do that, it is because of their own shit, not because of yours. Like, if you're proud of something that you're doing, be proud of it. If you're proud of yourself, be fucking proud of yourself. If you think that you are the best looking motherfucker that uh that's ever roamed the face of the earth, you tell yourself that. If that makes you feel better, fuck it. Whatever. Who's anybody else to tell you that you're not a badass motherfucker? You know what I mean? Like, but me, like, I think that way. Like, I know I look good. I know my hair looks good. You know, well, hey, I'm a good looking guy. I have confidence. I'm good at a lot of things that I do. But I also know there's some things that I'm mediocre at, but I can learn them if I practice them. You know, and most of all, like, I just am learning to show myself recognition for the shit that I do, because if it makes me happy, it makes me feel good, then fuck it, fuck what anybody else thinks. It is what it is. So, but one of the ways that I got to that mindset or whatever, or thought, of thinking that way. Oh my god, look at this handsome bastard. Holy shit, it's Icon V2. What the fuck? Yo, are you back for good, my guy? I hope so. There you go, people. There you go. There's your proof. I'm a handsome fella. So I'm not just conceited. You know what I mean? But anybody that tells you you're conceited, they're wrong. Completely fucking wrong. You gotta Icon VT. What? Been working a lot, but glad to see you, bro. Oh shit! Thank you for the biddies. That's awesome. Yeah, dude, I feel that. I've been working a lot too. Okay. This is supposed to be adventure stories, but I got caught up talking about myself. And whatever. It's okay. But anyways, man, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that you've been working. Speaking of working, I have also been working out of town in Mississippi for the past like 3 weeks. I was there for almost a month, working on fiber optics stuff. Doing stuff with the power lines, and all that jazz. But it was really cool because I made a little bit of money while I was there. I got to do some cool stuff. Um, and one of the cool things that I got to do that I really enjoyed while I was down there, so fucking fun, was we got to ride from. Okay, so we was working in Meridian, Mississippi, and there's not a lot to do in Meridian, Mississippi. So we took a ride down to. You look healthy, bro. I'm glad to see it. I hope you do another IRL camping stream. Ah, yeah. No, I'm gonna do. I haven't done camping stream. Um, lately I've never done like a camping stream, but that's because the places that I go to camp at, there's no like cell phone service or anything like that. So, but I do make camping videos, and they're up on YouTube at Nerds Adventures. It's a whole nother channel. So it's still part of the Nerds, the passive Nerds, so it's still part of the my Nerds franchise that I got going on. And anyways, but yeah, I do those videos. Happy Father's Day, my guy. Sorry I missed it. Oh, no worries. No worries at all. I did not stream on Father's Day. I was spending time with my kids. Not sure if you have kids or not, Icon, but happy Father's Day to you too, if you do. Um, yeah, no, I'm terrible about wishing people like happy holidays and stuff. So no worries at all. Uh, I'm glad that you popped in, said hi, and wish me happy Father's Day. A late happy Father's Day is better than no happy Father's Day, in my opinion. But what I was saying is I was working in Meridian, Mississippi, and in Meridian, Mississippi, there's nothing to do. It's like I didn't I didn't see anything to do. Like, but there, okay, there's one thing that I could have done. I could have gotten an uh, I could have done an urban exploring video for the Nerds Adventures channel because there was an abandoned amusement park right behind the motel. There's an abandoned amusement park and an abandoned baseball field that were like one place right behind the motel that I was staying at. And I did not make a video of it. Um, for a few reasons. Okay, so it's a bad neighborhood that I was in. The place is in a bad neighborhood, so I didn't want to go in there because that's one reason. But the other reason was because they have like a homeless camp in the abandoned amusement park. So it's like just tents and stuff. I mean, I went and checked it out, but I didn't feel comfortable videoing and stuff like that because I didn't want to stay in there. I wanted to get in and get out. Once I was in there and I started seeing people's tents and shit set up, and seeing that people have been living in there, I just wanted to get out of there. I didn't want to mess around with like getting robbed or anything like that. So I didn't take the time to make an urban exploring video like I should have. Um, I should have done it. I mean, I went in there. I should have videoed at least what I saw whenever I went in a little ways into it. But and two, it wasn't much. There wasn't like any old rides or anything like that. But there was a couple of old buildings, and I bet if I would have walked around some more, I probably could have found some other stuff. But the entrance to the place is still intact, and I think the baseball field is still all the way intact. But anyways, I couldn't get to the baseball field from the amusement park part, which is not intact. So I just gave up on the whole thing. I used to keep that painting in my office, but I keep your painting above my bed. IRL, it's on showcase to say the least. Hey, that's awesome, dude. I'm so glad that you still have that painting. That's so fucking cool, dude. Like that makes my day. Like that you enjoy my paintings and stuff. I need to do some more paintings eventually. Honestly, now that you say that, I need to do a painting stream or something. I won't ever get rid of it. That's so awesome to hear, dude. I'm so glad that you enjoy it because I used to be so self conscious about my paintings and stuff, but uh, you know, it really makes me feel good knowing that you enjoy those paintings and stuff. I inspire you. Well, thank you, dude. You inspire me too. Like look, I got a haircut. I cleaned up. So I ditched the long hair. I had braids for a while. Like my braids were down to here, and I ditched those. Actually, since I got my hair cut, I have not done an adventure video. So that'll be yeah, dude. That'll be fucking awesome. You know what I mean? I think whenever the viewers on my YouTube channel for that see the next video and they see me with my haircut and stuff, it'll be different. But it probably won't be like combed and have pomade in it. I'm not gonna take care of it if I'm out camping. I'm just gonna let it go wild while I'm out in the woods, you know. You handsome bastard. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I know that I'm a handsome bastard. You know what I mean? I know I look good. That's for sure. Like I'm not self conscious about that. I never really have. But yeah, that's why I was saying earlier. People have called me conceited before, but I'm like, I don't think that I'm. I know that I am, but I don't care. You know, honestly. And that's what I was saying. Like, you should never let people tell you you're conceited because they just don't feel good about their self. You remind me of John Hamm. I don't know who John Hamm is, but I'll check him out. I will definitely check him out. I'll Google that name since you mentioned it. Yeah, yeah, I'll Google that. Here, let me go to Google real quick. And oh, let me go there. I already listened to that song. Okay, John Hamm. Oh, he's an actor. Okay. Oh, he was born in March too. That's so awesome, dude. Yeah, he's a good actor. Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah. That dude's a good actor. He's played in so many good films and stuff, dude. Yeah, John Hamm. I like that. I like that a lot, dude. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Icon. Yeah, that's a big compliment there. That's a handsome bastard too, John Hamm. That guy just looks good. Uh, so yeah, man, that's fucking cool. But anyways, um, adventure stories. It's all love, buddy. Oh, yes, it is. It's all love. Thank you. Um, so Mississippi. Anyways, so me and my coworker, we drove. One thing we did do, we drove to Slidell, and whenever we was in Slidell, we got to eat some Cajun food and stuff. And one of the things that we got, it was all fucking good. You can't go to Slidell without. You can't go to like Louisiana in general without getting some Cajun food. Boudin balls, uh, and alligator, all that good stuff. Some pastelaya or something like that. But anyway, in Slidell we stopped and we got some. We got some freaking awesome Cajun food. We had boudin balls. We had like alligator nuggets and stuff with some like dipping sauce and all of that. And but the thing that I got for like dinner or whatever, that was the best fucking thing. I'm gonna start making this at home. It's uh buffalo alligator tacos. So it's the alligator is like fried alligator nuggets, and it's tossed in a buffalo wing sauce, and then it's put on a taco with all the fixings, lettuce, tomatoes, sour cream, all of it on a taco with the buffalo alligator, and oh my god! And then it's served with tortilla chips and queso. But that was one of the best tacos I have had in a long time. And it was different because, I don't usually eat alligator tacos. And I eat alligator. I've made alligator. I usually put my alligator in jambalaya, or I'll put alligator in a gumbo with some crawfish tails, peeled crawfish tails, of course, or something like that. I've never had it in a taco, and I've definitely never thought to toss my alligator nuggets in wing sauce after they come out of the oil out of the fryer. So that is going to be something that I'm going to have to make for my kids because I know that my kids will love that shit. And so that's gonna be good. And so, anyways, we did that. We ate at that restaurant. I can't think of the name of the restaurant for the life of me. And then we also did something else. And the next thing we did gave me inspiration, or the next two things we did that day gave me so much inspiration for some videos to do for adventure videos. So we went to New Orleans, and all we had was like all I had was $40 to my name. Our boss was paying for our gas and all of that, so the guy we worked for was paying for gas and all of that kind of stuff. So we went to New Orleans and we hung out and we just walked around, and there was so much stuff going on in the streets, like uh that we had a blast and didn't spend a dime. I spent, actually, I take that back. I spent money on one Bud Light. I drank one Bud Light. Oh, it was really fun. It was so fucking fun because the street performers, like, you can go there and have like very little money, as long as you got like a couple bucks for like a drink or something, you can just walk, and you can walk around New Orleans with your beer out in the street. Everybody's just out in the street, fucking day drinking, and everybody's got some kind of drink out in the street. We're just walking around. Nobody's sober. This is New Orleans we're talking about, okay? There's a reason they call it Sin City, right? So, anyways, everybody's just walking around and stuff, but there's so many street performers to just stop and watch. Jazz musicians just playing music on the corner. Fortune tellers just out in the street. Uh, like all kinds of just fun stuff. Art galleries that are just opened up. The doors are just open up. You can just walk in and look around and stuff. They aren't charging anything. Like, then there's several places like that. Drag shows, if that's what you're into, those probably cost money, to go to those things. But there's just so much stuff in New Orleans that it's like you don't have to have a lot of money to have a good time. It's one of those places like if you ever get the chance to go. We only went because we was eating dinner with our boss in Slidell, and we was like he was paying for gas and everything for us to go out and have fun, and so we was like, why not just stop by New Orleans? And the guy that I was with, he's never been to New Orleans before, and then we had two Hispanic guys with us that worked with us that didn't speak any English. I'm pretty sure they've never been there before. We used Google Translate to communicate with those guys, so it wasn't as awkward as it sounds with them with the language barrier. But I typed in, oh, hey, thank you, Icon. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. But the language barrier was like it wasn't too bad, with Google Translate or Translate on iPhone or whatever, So we took uh we took them with us and stuff. We were all just walking around having a good time, and I was the only one that spent money on a beer, and that's just because it was hot and a cold Bud Light looked so refreshing at the time. And I was like, I mean, you're in New Orleans, like you know what the saying, when you're in Rome, do as the Romans, right? So, anyways, had me a beer, and it was nice. And so, anyways, then after we left New Orleans, we went to Long Beach, Mississippi, and we went to Long Beach, Mississippi just to go to the beach and walk around and find seashells and stuff like that, which I did. I found a whole bunch of seashells. I took back like a handful of seashells that I picked out of the ocean for my kids and stuff, and um, anyways, so I took my kids some seashells. That was their little souvenir that I took back to them from the ocean because I've never taken them to see the ocean or the beach or the Gulf or anything before. So I'm definitely gonna take my kids to do that soon, probably in Texas. Uh, but yeah. Anyway, so that gave me an idea though. All of this stuff gave me an idea to do these videos where I'm gonna do a video and it's gonna be called 50 Things to Do in Arkansas with No Money. So I'm fixing to find 50 things that I can do here in the state that I'm at and with no money at all. And I'm gonna go around and video each thing that I do and post it up. That'll be my next YouTube video for Nerds Adventures. And another idea that I got while I was down there at the beach was I could do a camping video, camping on the beach in Texas. So I could go to Texas and camp on the beach there. And I'm only like 4 hours, 5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours to Houston or Galveston or Houston, whichever. It won't take me long to get to either one of those places. I'm pretty close. Like, I live on the state line. I'm probably 15 minutes away from Texas. 20 minutes out of New Orleans, and so like, or not New Orleans, but Louisiana. So like I'm like in the southwest part of my state. New Orleans is 11 hours from me. Holy shit, 11 hours. Yeah, that's not too bad though. Honestly, like I it's worth the 11-hour drive. Trust me. I think where I was at, where we drove from, it was only 2 hours. Yeah, it was a 2 hour drive from Meridian, Mississippi to New Orleans for us. Only worth it. Only worth if you were there. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. We was about 30 minutes outside of it because we had to go to Slidell to eat with the boss, but it was definitely worth it. It just depends on like your kind of vibe, like what kind of stuff you're into. If you like music, it's definitely worth it. Go down there and stay for a night. Um, they have jazz everywhere. Like if you like jazz music, that is the place to be. And some of those street performers are some of the best jazz musicians you'll ever hear in your life. Like, yeah, those guys, they put their heart into it. They really put their soul into it. You know what I'm saying? You can feel that. You pick up on it. They love what they're doing. And they're not doing it for money or for to sell out big arenas and stuff. They're just gonna set up on the street and play some of the best music that you've ever heard. It's great. I love it. But anyways, so the beach was so awesome though. The water was like 80 degrees. It was warm. Um, I saw a stingray. I saw a couple of stingrays, and I almost touched one of them, but it swam away really fast. Like I know I probably could have gotten stung, but I don't care. Whatever. If I get stung by a stingray, they weren't big stingrays. They were probably about this big around or so. There we go. Yeah, they was probably about that big around. A little bit bigger than the size of my head. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it probably would have hurt, but I don't know. It would have been worth it to me. I just wanted to touch the stingray. I don't know. ADHD, is that ADHD? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I should have made a video at being on the beach and that whole adventure. That should have been an adventure video, but I wasn't thinking about it because shit. Yeah, that's funny. I do, dude. I do. But anyways, yeah, dude. I should have made a YouTube video out of that, an adventure, because I mean that was a whole ass adventure. I mean, it would have been a good adventure video. It would have been a really good one. But I didn't because I was just having fun, genuinely just having fun, living in the moment. Hell yeah, I hate I missed it. Yeah, dude, if I should have made a video about that, but it'll be okay though. Like, there's gonna be more of those kinds of videos coming up soon. The summer is not over with. I've got plenty of adventures left in me. I've got plenty of ideas floating up here in this big ass head. So, so it's all good, man. There's gonna be plenty of stuff that you won't have to miss out on, Icon. So I'm gonna take my virtual audience with me on a lot of adventures to come, and it's gonna be awesome. But anyways, adventure stories. So do you guys want to hear about the first adventure that I did for Nerd's Adventure? Or you want to hear about a hiking story or let's see, what do I want to talk about here? Can you go over here to the internet? Alright, let me find a good one to talk about here. I've got so many stories that I could tell when it comes to adventure. So the first adventure that I did, it was pretty random, and I did not plan on making a video of it. It was a little 9 minute, 14-second long video of like an old abandoned place. I think it was like a rock quarry where they took rocks out to make concrete with, I believe, or something like that. But anyways, it's been abandoned. It's like just reclaimed by nature and stuff. And um, and then there's this big cliff, and it's got these white chalky rocks all down, like the whole cliff side is this white chalky rocks, and it's just they're so white, they're paper white, you know, and it just looks so beautiful and crazy looking, especially with the spruce trees that grow right out of the side of the cliff and stuff. It's awesome. So we went out there for that to see the cliffs, and the place is called White Cliffs. Um, but we went out there to see the cliffs, and because the sunset is supposed to be really beautiful there, during sunset, it's supposed to be a really awesome place to just go and hang out and watch the sunset and stuff. And they have a nature trail out there. So first video that I did, I went out there to look at the sunset. My nephew told me about some old buildings that were out there, and I was like, why don't we go explore them? You know, so me and my nephew went and explored these old abandoned buildings and stuff, but I stumbled upon all of that by complete accident, you know, and wasn't planning on making a video at all that day. It was just like a relaxing to myself kind of day. And I made the video and I set up and did editing on that video for 3 or 4 hours worth of editing on my phone, just laying in my bed, just editing away. And I really liked what I came up with. It wasn't my best work, but it was the first like video like that, first kind of content like that that I ever created and stuff. So it's kind of choppy, you know. It's not as smooth. The editing and stuff's not as smooth. I could have done it a lot better. I could have filmed it in a different way, you know, a different style of filming. I could have done it a lot better looking back on it, but also I'm proud of it because I mean I did it in general. You know, sometimes you just gotta throw stuff out there. Uh, just throw shit at the wall until something sticks. You know what I'm saying? And um, and that's kind of what I was doing with that. And I think that it turned out really well. It got some positive, you know, it didn't get negative feedback, but I don't think I don't think really got any feedback. And then the second video I did was a travel video that was, you know, traveling is kind of adventurous and stuff like that. But again, this was another one of those videos where it's kind of choppy and, you know what I'm saying, just kind of finding my groove with it and stuff. And, you know, but it was also, again, kind of a random thing, kind of just playing around with it, seeing what I could get, just shooting footage and taking pictures and stuff like that. but it was a video of me helping my brother move from Florida to Arkansas, and I went down to and I just videoed myself going down to Florida, and I videoed myself driving back up from Florida. I videoed the drive in the U-Haul. So I drove a U-Haul from Tampa to Fayetteville, and I just made a video of the drive, road trip in a U-Haul across the southeast, United States, and it was good. I liked it. I think it came out really well. It didn't come out as I should have gotten more B-roll shots and stuff like that during that video. I should have got shots of the ocean since I was actually at the ocean at that time. And I didn't make any videos at that time of it. And so, the trip to Long Beach was like not the first time that I've been to the ocean and not gotten any kind of footage. So, not beating myself up about it because it's nice just to live in the moment sometimes and just do stuff carefree with no purpose. And that is when that's a sign that you're really living, man. You know, uh, if I always tell people too, like some my brother said that he thinks that it could be dangerous going out and like doing some of the stuff that I do by myself and all of that. And I'm like, I told my brother, I was like, if something happens to me and I die or something doing what I love, then I've lived a full life worth living, my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't mind doing like things that some people would consider a little dangerous or something like that. That's the type of shit I geek out on shit like that, because it's fun. You got to do stuff that makes you happy and gets your adrenaline going, or that, you know, or just like, you know, things where you need to be a little more cautious than normal. But being out in nature and stuff, I think that that's humans, like we're supposed to be out there. It kind of connects us with a side of ourselves that we don't really get to embrace too often. So it's important to get out there and try and make that connection with nature. But it's also good to have that human connection too. It's good to have a human connection and that connection with nature at the same time. Find that balance. I think I believe in that. So I'm not an introverted person, but I'm also not an extroverted person either. I think I've fallen like my personality is kind of in the middle. I love people and uh, it's like I love people and I dislike people at the same time sometimes, you know, and I think that's a part of my need for like activities where I'm more secluded at times, as well as my need for activities where I'm not secluded and I am out putting myself out there more to do uh, things socially, like shows or visiting New Orleans or the beach or whatever. Um, all of that, all of those things are adventurous. So there's so much adventure out there in the world. It's not just it's adventure isn't adventure is a universal word. It's kind of like the word nerds. It doesn't always pertain to stuff that's outdoors or dangerous activities or anything like that. It also like you know uh going to shows or going to uh big concerts or whatever, going out to eat and trying new cuisines that local influenced by uh you know, like local cultures and stuff in the area that you're at. Like those things are also adventurous. Um, but anyways, hiking is a great thing though. I think it's just as important as all that other stuff. Um, and it's a good way to clear your mind. living in the moment is just a beautiful thing in general sometimes. But the next thing that I did, or I'll tell you more about the road trip. So the road trip, across the United States. So, um, one of the things that happened during our road trip was, okay. So I was hauling. I was not only driving a U-Haul, but I was driving a U-Haul with a car hauler on the back of it because I was pulling a Ford Ranger on the back of the U-Haul. So I'm hauling a truck with a giant U-Haul truck across the United States and stuff. So that was already nerve wracking. One of the times that we stopped, we pulled into the motel, and first of all, this motel sucked. There was no parking for like a big vehicle, much less a big ass U-Haul hauling a Ford F-150. So, anyways, pulling there, I park, and I just said fuck it, and I pulled it to the back and took up 5 parking spots or more. And anyways, I parked, got out, and I was looking around, and I noticed the chains that hold the F-150 on the car hauler had fallen off of it and shit, and the only thing holding it was the toe was like a toe strap on the front uh that held it tight onto the trailer, and of course the emergency brakes and all that on the truck were set, but somehow the chains that were also hooked up to it came off, and I don't know how long I drove like that, but I was just like, thank God that toe strap did not break. Like thank God that thing was like solid on there. Because if that would have broke, it could have potentially came off that train. That could have, that could have really hurt somebody. And I know I hooked those chains up. I think what it was, like some of those roads in Mississippi. This was in Mississippi whenever I noticed that had happened, and like I know like those roads in Mississippi, some of those roads are fucked. You'll be driving down the interstate, you'll hit a pothole that'll make you hit your head on the roof of the vehicle, like knock you out of your seat type of bumps and stuff. And so I think I probably hit one of those real bad speed bumps, and it knocked those chains loose or whatever. I think that's what happened, but that was freaky as hell to me because I was like, holy shit, like, we got to make sure this shit is secure. So I found a way to secure it and stuff to where they wouldn't, like, bounce and like pop off of there or whatever, and stuff the next day before I got back on the road. Because I was like, I'm not going to have that happen, like, I'm not going to have those chains pop off like that. It's not cool. Um, But anyways, that was a crazy adventure. And then me and my brother, like, we butted heads a couple of times because he would like get really far ahead of me. He wanted me to stay on his ass, and he would call me and tell me to speed up, and I'm like, dude, I'm doing the speed limit. You're speeding, bro. And I was like, I'm not speeding in this fucking thing. You know what I mean? Getting pulled over by the police and dealing with all that. If I do get pulled over hauling your shit because you want me to speed, you're gonna pay the speeding ticket. Like, it's the way it's gonna be. Or you stop calling my phone and telling me to speed up. I'm gonna do my own speed. But we ended up getting along for the most part. I think it was just being around each other so long. You can only take so much time with your brothers, right? Where you start butting heads and shit. Uh, but that's normal. I think that's normal brotherly stuff. We also had a lot of really fun times too. It was a really good trip. Um, Again, I did video that one for the most part. A road trip across the southeast and Utah. That was a really fun adventure. And so, anyways, that's it for adventure stories. I'm all storied out for right now. Um, that's gonna wrap up the podcast segment. I got 50 minutes of me rambling about nonsense. And if you are listening to this on Spotify, thank you for the listen, like, follow, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And yes, this is going up. The audio from this segment is going to be pulled and put up on Spotify for people to listen to as they work or whatever. On Spotify's Nerds Incoming. Uh, Share it with your friends. Tell your mom about it. And yeah. Anyways, go give me a listen. We got all kinds of other cool episodes on there too. If you've never checked it out, some cool episodes on there, cool interview episodes, and a lot of embarrassing stuff that I did years ago for the first time in the podcasting world that I wish that I could delete, but I just can't bring myself to take that gold off the internet. And it is listed as a comedy, so go listen to it and give yourself a laugh on my behalf. Alright, guys. Anyways, that's it for the podcast. Wrapping it up. Let's go see if we can find some YouTube videos to watch. Actually, I'm going to take a break and I'll put up a rerun of the adventure videos. Let's see, I'll put up a rerun of the last adventure that I did. BRB. BRB. I should have gotten this set up earlier. Why did I not do that? Properties. Okay, we'll do this. Alright, properties. Bum, bum,